You woke up this morning and realized it was Taco Tuesday. I wonder if Lil Jon ever figured out what we were turning down for. What's up, fam of Liberty? And also, everyone else who's watching this video who isn't following our channel for some unknown reason. It's your boy Big Sarge, the artist formerly known as Admin Tim. I'm the founder of the Sons of Liberty social media organization that's been steadily enraging MAGA fuckface ass clowns since 2015, and quite a few leftists apparently. If you saw us out in the streets at a protest for the first time, or you're new to this channel, I know what you might be thinking. The beard, the apparel, the name. So let me go ahead and get this out of the way. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck neo-Nazi illegal immigrant Elon Musk. Fuck GOP politicians. Fuck all these limp dick Democrat politicians that aren't out there in the streets fighting for us tooth and nail. And also fuck the billionaires, the wealth hoarders that have their fucking boots on the neck of just about every American citizen. Neither this channel nor its comment sections are a safe space for bootlicking simps for a Russian asset, convicted felon, adjudicated rapist, Wish.com fascist oligarch, failed insurrectionist, wannabe authoritarian tyrant, or his sugar daddy, the world's biggest supervillain, thin-skinned, beta, bitch-made, man-child cuck from South Africa who's not a fucking refugee. And now you know where I stand on things, so if you're still here and you're not frantically rage-typing in my comments box like a triggered snowflake who's still ass-mad about a thick black woman playing the crystal flute, then maybe consider following this channel after you watch this video and deciding whether or not you like the cut of my jib. Tonight's live stream guests are Mike and Jeremy from the Voice of Reason podcast. Our live stream, as usual, is at 7 p.m. Eastern every Tuesday. If you're not familiar with the Voice of Reason podcast, the live stream for tonight is already up. So first of all, go press that notify me button and then set an alarm on your phone. And then, secondly, or thirdly, whatever, check out their Linktree and their YouTube. Do not miss this show. June 6th is the anniversary of Operation Overlord, or informally known as D-Day. On that day in 1944, thousands of anti-fascists swarmed into the Normandy area via parachute drop, gliders, and from landing craft. They were there to fight fascism and tyranny. So this year, because our heritage is fighting fascism, which makes us anti-fascist, or as the MAGA fuckface ass clowns call it, Antifa, June 6, 2025, the Sons of Liberty will channel the spirit of our grandfathers and their fathers before them, the Bonus Army that marched in 1932, and will peacefully assemble at the National Mall in Washington, D.C. You don't need to be a veteran to join Sons of Liberty, and I should note that the name Sons of Liberty is an historic name, and so you can be a woman or non-binary and also still be part of our organization. I have to say that for the small handful of people who get up in my comments sometimes thinking that we're a bunch of male chauvinist pigs or misogynists or arm of the patriarchy or some other stupid cockamamie horseshit. Like, bro, do y'all even American history? Today, I want to talk to you about respecting professionals enough to let them do their job and the dumbing down of our government and our society. Up front, most of you who follow us on text-based social media like Facebook, or maybe you're on Discord, so you probably know who Admin Elo is. Admin Elo is a librarian, and she shows up on our live stream from time to time, and on super rare occasions, she even cuts a video rant. You'll see Admin Elo when I do the Civil War documentary episode on the Battle of the Nueces in a few months. As an FYI, I will be heading down to Beaufort, South Carolina in the coming months, and I'm in need of a boat. So if you live in the area and you have a boat and you want to hang out with Big Sarge and his film crew, hit me up via email. I will also be in the San Antonio area. I'm looking for a metal detectorist. You may need to learn how to ride a horse if you don't already know. Anyway, Admin Elo helped me craft this video rant. Y'all remember the Library of Congress, right? Most of you who have any sort of education at all instinctively understand exactly what the Library of Congress is. You can't go there and check out books. You may remember the Library of Congress from back in 2022 when famously talented musician Lizzo played a flute belonging to the Founding Father James Madison. Lizzo is black, if you had no idea. Historians regard Madison as one of the most significant founding fathers of the United States and have generally ranked him as an above-average president, although they are critical of his endorsement of slavery and his leadership during the War of 1812. James Madison's crystal flute was a gift from clockmaker and flute maker Claude Laurent to James Madison in 1813, commemorating his second inauguration. The flute was one of the items that Dolly Madison rescued from the White House in 1814, just before it was burned by British troops during the War of 1812. It was later donated to the Library of Congress as part of the collection. In 2022, musical artist and classically trained flautist Lizzo was invited by Librarian of Congress Carla Hayden to view the library's flute collection. Whilst at the Library of Congress, Lizzo requested to play the Madison flute in concert. She then played it on stage at Capital One Arena, briefly twerking during the performance. Naturally, this enraged the MAGA fuckface racist ass clowns who were severely triggered by a thick black woman having the audacity to play a founding father and slave owner's flute. "This is an outrage! To arms, America! The black sorceress is weaving a magic spell with her bewitching dance on the magic crystal flute of James Madison!" James Madison. That's going to be my next D&D character's name. So recently, you may have heard that the Librarian of Congress, a professional librarian named Carla Hayden, was recently fired. Hayden has been in her position since 2016 and is credited with modernizing the library's holdings through digitization projects, as well as launching an initiative to create new opportunities for more Americans, especially Black, Indigenous, Hispanic or Latino, Asian American and Pacific Islander, and other communities of color chronically underrepresented in the library's collections, to engage with the library and add their perspectives to the library's collections. Clearly, all of this is an unforgivable sin to the current administration, which hates everybody who's not white. At the May 9th White House press briefing, Caroline Leavitt, said that the reason for the firing was, and I quote, "We felt she did not fit the needs of the American people. There were quite concerning things that she had done at the Library of Congress in the pursuit of DEI and putting inappropriate books in the library for children, and we don't believe that she was serving the interests of the American taxpayer well." You might think that you know what the Library of Congress does, and undoubtedly you do know more than Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, who put her foot in her mouth when answering the question, why was Carla Hayden fired? When she said Hayden promoted DEI and checked out inappropriate materials to children. Did I say that you don't go to Library of Congress to check out books? I feel like I did, but if I didn't, there you go. This woman is acting like the Library of Congress is where Carla Hayden personally reads Pink is for Boys and checks out the anti-racist kid to kindergartners. Although she probably would if she could. The Library of Congress does a lot of things, but one thing that they definitely don't do is check out books to children. The Library of Congress is the main research arm of the United States Congress. It also houses the U.S. Copyright Office and a giant trove of books, films, recordings, manuscripts, newspapers, and a whole lot more, making it one of the largest libraries in the world. The Library of Congress receives multiple copies of almost every book published in the United States. To direct an operation like that requires expertise, and it definitely helps to have a professional librarian who is also the president of the American Library Association, like Carla Hayden. Attempting to cleanse federal institutions of DEI is just one more instance of the Trump administration telling us what they're all about. Dumbing everything down at the federal level so there are no competent people left who might do any independent thinking and question what's going on. Caroline Leavitt is an idiot every day of the week. She's just the messenger, and it's not surprising that she's brainless. She's the shield that she's paid to be. Books are scary to these people because they convey ideas. They want to control ideas that don't fall into their weird-ass way of seeing the world. So let's be clear on that. It's weird how they view the world. It's not just Christianity. It's not just white nationalism. It's not just crazy ideas about science. It's whatever is anti-intellectual, anti-inclusion, anti-science, anti-anything perceived as liberal. They want to own the libs. That's their priority, even when it's nonsensical and hypocritical. They definitely don't want anyone thinking for themselves and questioning what they're doing. So firing the Librarian of Congress, Carla Hayden, is a critical step in determining who runs the Library of Congress. And since we all know that Trump reads at like a third grade level, which is why he couldn't even write his own book, it begs the question, why would Trump want to control the Library of Congress? The answer is actually pretty simple. The library's sub-agencies provide confidential legal advice to members of Congress and help police misconduct by lawmakers. Boom. Headshot. Given the trickle-down effect from the Library of Congress to libraries across the country, this is also Trump's chance to shape the narrative of available information, from pushing his 2020 stolen election lies, as he is now pushing to schools, to erasing the work of Black Americans whom he hates even more than Mexicans. Admin Elo wants you to know that she realizes every day that no one understands what librarians actually do. First of all, they don't sit around reading books and checking them out to people, even in a public or school library. And no, the LIB in library doesn't have anything to do with being liberal. In short, librarians are the anti-MAGA. Are there librarians who voted for Trump? I don't know. Maybe. Like, I know trans people and Muslims and Hispanic people that voted for Trump, and that seems to be working out well for them. So I guess it's possible that some librarians somewhere voted for Trump too. Librarians want everyone to have access to all the ideas. They find ways of storing them so that they'll be accessible in perpetuity. The ideas might be encapsulated in books, photos, sculptures, flutes, any medium. They might be good ideas or bad ideas, and librarians can help people to determine which they are through critical thinking and good metadata, along with historical context. Librarians like to know how to find information because they're the ones who figure out how to organize it and frame it. They know how to evaluate information to tell if it's shit or not. They have expertise. The internet makes everyone feel like they stayed at a Holiday Inn Express last night and that they suddenly can do what librarians do, just like everything else. We don't need librarians because all the information is online. We don't need librarians because we have AI. On the contrary, we need librarians more than ever. I mean, have you seen the nonsense that AI can make up in any medium? Please respect librarians enough to admit that they have an expertise that you don't, and let them do their job, whether it's a school, public, academic, or medical librarian. And don't get us started on laws that allow librarians and teachers to be arrested for giving supposed obscene materials to children. Admin ELO is going to need a bail fund the way that things are going in Tech's ass. The resistance starts with us. You want to know how you can get involved in the Sons of Liberty resistance movement? We've organized Sons of Liberty chapters by region and by state, all across the country. Please do not ask me in the comment sections if we have chapters in such and such place, region, state, city, whatever. Get on Discord. That is where our organization starts its base of operations. For OPSEC purposes, I'm just not going to respond to these inquiries publicly. I have this whole ass video on a subject called OPSEC, or Operation Security. OPSEC is essentially the practice of denying information to your opposition, whoever or whatever that may be. So watch the video if this is a foreign concept to you. And if you get on Discord and you start asking all kinds of questions and you join every single fucking region that we have, including the Oconus Foreign Legion, and you start asking like how we do shit, that's a giant fucking red flag. And if you think that that's weird or racist or prevents you from doing your job, then what the fuck is your job? Other than to like get on our Discord. I'm ranting, sorry. I promote the Sons of Liberty Discord server in almost every long form rant video that I do because Discord is where our fam of liberty is based. Whilst we do have off topic channels and sections for gamers and stuff like that, we have helpful resources in our regional sections that are designed specifically for those regions. You can organize with local fam of liberty for things like rallies and protests. You get vetted for Signal, which is how we coordinate protest actions and other things. On our Discord, you can learn about practical things such as self-defense courses. You can find firearms instructors and self-defense instructors who are local to you and who are also left-leaning. You can participate in discussions with subject matter experts. You can be your own subject matter expert and tell everybody about all the things that you know, like admin ELO, being a librarian. Even if you're not into like the whole martial way of life, you can still learn about other things like growing food in your own victory gardens and then canning and drying and preserving that food. You can figure out your shit hits the fan contingency plans. You can build bug out bags and first aid kits. You can link up with other fam of liberty members who can assist you with things like going somewhere safe if you need to be safe for whatever reason, whether it's because you have an autistic child, you're autistic yourself, maybe you're trans, maybe you're gay, maybe you need to go camping with some newly found aunts and uncles. Camping, aunts, uncles. But also on Discord, for those of you who have mentioned in my comment sections on various social media platforms that you don't see all of our social media posts or videos, even though you follow us there, on Discord, you can get updates from our social media, which does make our Discord ping heavy, thanks to the webhooks that integrate our various social media notifications. But that's all in one single channel, and you can go to a different channel appropriately named Ping Roll and disable the ping for all those notifications. Magic Flute! If you are having trouble with our Discord server, I have a whole ass YouTube tutorial about how to get on the Sons of Liberty Discord server, And that's linked right up there in the corner, so you can rewind it and go back and see the little tag up in the thing and press that little button if you need to watch our Discord. First, I should explain what the tag is, I guess. So that tutorial is about how to get onto the Sons of Liberty Discord server and how to get set up with your access permissions. So if you need assistance, start with that video. If you're still having trouble after you watch the video, on our link tree, which you can find in the YouTube channel description, the TikTok channel description, the Facebook pinned post, and the video descriptions on YouTube and Facebook, there's links to our link tree, and it contains contact information, so you can press the button to email us, and you can send me an email to Sons of Liberty Storefront at gmail.com, and you can send an email saying, hey, I can't get on Discord, the video doesn't have this particular bit of information, or I need help because I'm not technologically savvy, or whatever the case may be, and I can walk you through how to further get on Discord. The invite link to our Discord server is in the Throatpunch at the end of this video and all of our other videos. That invite link is also on the YouTube and Facebook video description and in the YouTube and TikTok channel descriptions. On Facebook, I also have a whole pinned post with our socials, as well as a Linktree page that has the socials there as well. And again, that contact information. If you like the shirts like this one or the hoodie that I wear in my videos, some of them, but not all of them, are available in the Sons of Liberty merch store, provided that we don't get taken down again for content violations. The merch store is listed in the link tree in our YouTube channel description and in the video description. I put up new merch all the time, and a lot of those designs and merch get added specifically because you request them in our comment sections or you donate them for free 99. I am working, somebody asked me on Etsy if I had a women's cut version or a tank top version of this shirt. The answer is no, because this particular specific color isn't available. But then they said, you know what, if you don't have it in that color, that's fine. I'll take a lighter color because they live in Florida, like Florida woman or whatever. So I am working on like a women's cut t-shirt and a racerback tank top with the DD214 logo. I just have to find a color that matches with the white text. Like, you can't put this on a white shirt because then, well, maybe you could because it's probably got a little black outline. I don't know. Anyway, that's how the merch store works. You want something, you ask for it. If I can make it happen, I make it happen. And then you can buy it or you can tell me to go fuck myself. I don't care, whichever one. It works either way for me. If you like our video content, we have a whole social media presence elsewhere on like 14, 15 different platforms. So we'd appreciate it if you would follow us on all of our other socials, whichever ones that you have. The various socials that we have are listed in the Throatpunch at the end of our videos and in the link tree, which can be found again in the channel description. On YouTube and TikTok, we would also appreciate it if you would subscribe, like, and get notifications on our channel. It's a little bit of a different process on TikTok, but if you're on TikTok, you already knew that. You can help us extend our reach by sharing our video content on all of your socials. Go find the relevant Sons of Liberty account on that platform, share the content, including this video, because it's probably linked there already. You can help us beat the algorithm by leaving us at least 7 words in the comment sections. Why 7 words, you might ask? Posting at least 7 words in the comments section is the magic number for the algorithm to decide that your engagement on our content is a little bit more meaningful and thought-provoking than someone who posts a drive-by LOL or what you said. So therefore, it should suggest our videos and our channel to people who watch the same things that you watch. The algorithm works on most other social media platforms, so be cognizant of that on other places where you support the Fam of Liberty and our Sons of Liberty social media content and other content creators. That is my time for today. 2 claps and a Rick. 1 team, 1 fight. Join or die. Fight like your ancestors. Woo!
And now it's time for the Throatpunch!
James Madison! 2022 musical artist and classically trained flautist Lizzo was invited by the Library of Congress's Carla Hayden to view the Flute's library collection. The Flute's library collection, you stupid fuck.